no, our camera's being.
You're good. Keep it
roll. I got it right here.
Oh, let's fix that up.
No, this is the one. Now that you have a background view of our studio a little bit, aren't you lucky? Welcome. We are so excited to have everyone here. Let us know in the comments where you guys are from. You guys are already doing that, and I love that so much, from Iowa and California and Virginia and Pennsylvania and Florida. I love that. Hopefully you're warmer in Florida than we are here. It was 29 degrees in my car this morning when I came to work, dusting of snow at my house here in Utah, which is totally fine. We're still a little fuzzy. But that's how it gets in January in Utah. I am Melodee. I am here at Caterpillar headquarters with our fabulous Nathan. Decided to join me at the last minute. I'm so glad you did.
Like legitimately, it was not the case. I'm like, I need to come down and help out a little bit. Like, hey, let's get in front of the camera. So you're going to see we have some of our gear versus me running it from behind. We are running it from in front of the camera, and we'll be moving some things because we will need all of the space today for what we're going to be doing.
We're so excited for what we get to show you guys today. We've demoed them a little bit here and there in the past, but we are very excited to show them today because we're doing a special.
Yeah, let's do this. Before we get into this, as we're still inviting people in, what I wanted to do is let's just have a few of you comment. Again, we do sharing with us where you're coming from. Thank you very much. We're excited. We know that last time when we've registered, we've had a few more people show, so it's been fun.
We're excited to see everybody here today.
And I believe we're going to be doing a whirlwind, if I'm not mistaken, because one of the things that we found is we've been able to share some additional insights. We've been able to connect with more of our fans, more of our customers, those who have become part of the Caterpillar family. Yes. And so if you're with us now, know that we're going to be doing, I want to say it's next week and the following week. We've got a few things going on.
We've got a lot of things going on. We can talk about that a little bit later, what we're going to actually do. But you're going to see us a lot over the next couple of weeks. And we hope you join us every day, because what a great break in your day to have a little bit of kookiness from Utah joining you.
There you go.
For your day.
With that, we're going to still invite, as we're coming through, thank you. Welcome, Cheryl. We got a lot of people. We're not going to be able to grab everybody, but thank you. If you are joining, let us know where you're joining from. It's exciting to see everybody from so many different places. We're just saying hello to, it looks like Ginny Drack. It looks like, or maybe it could be a Drake.
Look how cute. Renee is saying hello to Ginny. I don't know, Ginny, if you saw that, but Renee is saying hi to you. Right at the bottom, very bottom, Renee. Who's here from Florida, I believe, is saying hi to Ginny.
There you go. That's a hi from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Someone's directly reaching out. Good morning, Melodee and Nathan.
Good morning.
So thank you.
Jana joined us. I believe, Jana, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we saw you every day of our 12 days of Christmas last month. And
wonderful.
We are so grateful that you joined us. If not all of them, I think you were there for most of them. So
there we are.
We appreciate that so much.
But be with us. Here's what we're going to do today. We do have some giveaways live, and we also had a pre-registrant giveaway. And by the way, that is one of these bad boys that we did list on what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this. One of the things I would be very curious to have you think in your mind as we have this conversation today, and I like to call this, Melodee knows this when it comes to our products and helping as we design them. It's like, hey, why would somebody think that they don't need this? Why do they not want this? Why is now not the right time? I'd love for you to be stacking up your questions on that, particularly to our Flip and Fold series. We would love to be able to check those off and talk, and maybe even having some of those who are joining, if you already have a Flip and Fold, when we get to that point, is what and how have you also used those? And so that way we can kind of make this a little bit more of a two-way conversation between you and those people who are viewing and with us on the live stream, and Melodee and myself. Yes. And then I had a thought. It was one of these things. I would love for somebody, as you're thinking through this, and I don't know how we'll be able to roll through this, but what question might they ask me that would be a challenge that they don't think I could probably answer about any of our products, and specifically this one? Because I was thinking like, where's our baby one? Where's our mini?
Our baby's
Where is it? Where is it? I want to see. I want to see.
She's right here. Our baby's here. Do that because Nathan is one of our newer team members. Our camera is so high tech.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
Every time I move, it gets fuzzy. Nathan is one of our newer team members, and so I don't want to say he's still learning the products, but he's still learning the products. So if you guys could stump Nathan, I would love that. That would be so great. But you were talking about, we like to try to think of whatever questions you guys might ask or whatever reasons you guys might come up with for not joining the fun and getting the products for you. I I get to travel quite a bit and go to shows. So make sure if you guys are out at quilt shows or scrapbook shows, come say hi to me because I love that. But my friend and I that we travel together, we like to say that we're the best justifiers out there. Like anything you could come up with, we could give you an excuse. Like we had a show one time, I think we were in Cleveland last year, and this sweet lady wanted one of our products so bad, but she was like, I've hit my budget. My husband's going to be so mad. I don't know what to do. Like that, we get that a lot, right? We get that a lot. So we wrote all over the box, congratulations on winning the prize, so that she could buy it and take it home and just not tell anybody that she bought it.
Oh, well, there you go. And by the way, that's so great because nobody's got to know.
Nobody needs to know anything.
All right.
Yeah.
With that, we're going to get in and talk about the product, the different kind of projects and why this works best for you in your space or you while you're traveling. But before we do that, Melodee, I did want to talk about two things. We were not prepared or planning on this. And so this is going to be new for Melodee. I did want to quickly share that we are looking for volunteers. So either you, and this is going to be giving us problems the entire time. I tell you,
it's going
to be fun.
Listen, just so y'all know, it's a new camera, right? This is the new camera.
And yeah,
it's a little more high tech than the other one. And I don't know that we've done one with two people with this camera.
We have not. Before.
So we appreciate you all.
But coming back, we actually have, I want to say, two communities that we're building. And it's not necessarily communities. One is more of a community. The other are, and let me just tell you what these two are. So we did send some emails out. And if you're subscribed, then these would have come through your inbox. My thought and my ask is go take a look at two of these most recent emails that we have sent. And there's actually three now that I'm sharing this with you. The first is that we have created what we're calling an insighters. Like you guys get insight, and we're looking for people who want to provide insight exclusive and specifically for part of what's going on behind the scenes here with our brand. That's product. That's new projects. You might not be aware, but we're moving into what I like to call some digital content to help inspire people with these products themselves. How can we help somebody get started quickly and find immediate success? And we also know there's different types of users, but what we need is we are looking to gather a small pool. This pool is open for shortened periods of time. Right now, we're going to open this window for about the next week till the end of January, and then we're going to close this pool down for people that want to have a voice in the things that we're doing. And so again, we call it the Insiders Club. And we had sent out an email that said, if you're interested, click here to let us know so that we can have you join. And again, there's going to be a lot of things. And this is the person that really wants to have a voice. This isn't a person, we don't want someone who's just going to be sitting in the back shelf, sitting on the couch, watching for some insights.
We want you to complain to us.
Well, this isn't even a complaint. This is
like,
bigger and better. This is like, man,
with our stuff, what you can do, and all.
Let's put it this way. A simple example. We're going to get into some merchandise, some gears, like a shirt and some cups and some puzzles and other things. At the end, like, I don't know if anybody cares about that. I think there's an opportunity to have it, but what about the design? What would we love? What would you love to wear? What helps you represent what you do in your life or your craft and your hobby? How might we tie that to our brand? New product innovations and ideas. We have a slew of new products coming out this year, and we're planning and building new products that move forward in 2026. Yes. And so we are wanting people to be a part of this group, insights, recommendations. Again, to your point, whether it's like that's not going to work because that feels broken again, or I think it would be much better if. Yes,
because sometimes we have really great ideas, or we think we have really great ideas, and then we're like, oh, we didn't think of that. We didn't think of that. We would love that kind of insight from everybody.
And again, coming back to that, what we can do, be looking forward to this because we've been sending emails, knowing this insider one, actually, this insight one will come out and it will start next week. So the insight we haven't actually sent out, but that email's coming. So know that we're asking for you to look at your inboxes, take a look at that, check that. If that fits you, I like to call this early adopters. Not everybody wants to be an early adopter. So if you're wanting to be at the forefront of what's happening with our business, what's happening with our communities, what's happening with the products, what we're doing to try to connect more with the influencers and our affiliates out there, you will have an opportunity to participate. So the other one that you would have seen this week, the other thing that we're doing is we're opening our doors to affiliates. And what this means are people that are interested in sharing their experiences with others. And by the way, when you refer products, this happens, just so you know, Melodee, we've got this. If you refer something already and you buy a product, you can refer it, then you can get a coupon for a discount. We actually have affiliates that represent the brand. You probably have seen many of those. If you're familiar with several other people that are out there that you follow, kind of called influencers or affiliates. We're opening our affiliate pool up as well to anybody that wants to raise their hand that would like to automatically, by the way,
that's our whiteboard.
by the way, you might not know this too, and I got to quit. I'm a hand guy. This camera actually is AI driven, so it can do things on its own with recommendation. I did, and then I moved my hand around and it reads my hand. So I will be careful.
I love it.
But coming back to this from the affiliate group, our goal is to see what we can do to spread the word. And by the way, there's commission paid from affiliates. So if you're a person and say, hey, I would love to reference, or I have a group or I have a community that I would share this with, there is a way for you to become part of that. We do different type of experiences with our affiliates as well. Yep. We have an affiliate program that helps them understand how this works as kind of a small business opportunity for them. Yep. So if you're interested in that, we did send out emails that went out Monday, Wednesday, and today there probably was another one. Check your inbox. Respond to that if you are interested in that as well. Yep. So that's kind of our two major ones. And then I'm going to tell you about a third. And we haven't directly done as much advertising because this is through social media. We have a unique exclusive Facebook group. Yes. And this is for those of you that are creators that want to share your stories. And right now, I think we've gone from 0 a week ago or a week and a half ago to, I think we're just over 200. 200 or so, yeah. And our goal is to build that. But right now, there's been a lot of love. There's been a lot of people sharing.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so cute, everybody that's in there. If any of you are in there, we thank you. It's so cute. It's so fun. The support that everybody's giving each other, it's already just, I look at it every day and I just get to smile and I love it so much. So join that.
So that's a group that you can reach out to as well. Again, that's on social. So that's a Facebook group. If you're there, you can type in Caterpillar. I'm not quite remembering the name.
Caterpillar Creations Hub.
There you go. So Caterpillar Creations Hub. But we want you to join there. So we're trying to be a lot more engaged in the communities with those of you out there and wanting to know more about what you're doing and how you're loving and giving away and crafting and quilting and sewing, and then how can we again help make that just easier. We want as you've seen, every one of the products that we've created has a unique component of innovation that is not just another me. And our whole reason why is that often there are other me toos that don't solve problems for us, and so our goal has been to continue that. And so again, these different communities and these different groups are ways for us to connect with you, to help share and to learn from you. And it's a way for us to do that for both the business, our products, and individuals. So know that we have those three. So I just wanted to quickly do that shout out. And then I will ask this, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you're going to see we're going to put a lot of our video content will land there first. Go ahead, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this information with those others that you think would be able to be benefited by engaging with us as a brand. So that was a long whole precursor as we continue to get people in here. So dang it, my hand again. Oh.
It's your hand. It's every time you do that with your hand. They all want to see our secret whiteboard stuff.
Yeah,
anyway,
that is my. By the way, this does have a future project on it that nobody even knows about.
Future project
in fact, with Jack, we just bought a little mini bake oven. Okay, just a stovetop. I mean,
bake oven?
No, I wanted to call it a fun easy bake oven, but it's kind of easy bake. No, we're just going to get a little toaster oven and some baked clay because we're working on some projects here next week. And yeah, if you would have seen that, you would have no idea what that is, but it's the beginning of another small add-on to some things that we have that we know are problems.
I don't even know what that is.
Doesn't even know.
I thought that was, I thought that was something else that we've talked about before.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
There you go. I'll keep my hands. I'll keep my hands below board here. So thanks for this. Really quick again. Let's get started. We are going to. I want to start with the giveaway right now.
Yes, we do. Go ahead. As you were talking about those awesome things that we're working on too, there were a bunch of questions. So we will come back and
let's. Are they about those things?
Yes.
Let's just quickly answer those. Then do the giveaways. Then get into presenting a few things. We got a couple other giveaways while we're doing live.
I just didn't want us to lose you.
No. Let's do that really quick. So what do we have?
There's some questions up there. That we want to answer.
Okay, are these all about the mats then, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, we're good. Let's go ahead and move into this then.
Yep. Yes.
We'll come back to it.
So.
All right, go ahead. It's all Melodee.
Yeah. It is never all me if Nathan's around, which I love. So we're going to do a little giveaway for those of you that are here. We do know that you all registered for the giveaway. Thank you for doing that. We'll announce that a little bit later to find out who wins the Big Daddy here. But for now, so we want you guys, we are going to give away. I want you guys to put a little 1 in the comments if you have seen our mini clamps before. Put a 1 in the comments there. We want to make sure all of your commenting fingers are ready to go.
Now, really quick, as we're doing this, the reason we need you to put your numbers in is we're going to go through and we're going to select somebody who is commenting.
Yep.
And by the way, also, you're going to want to jot this down because the system is digital and we don't have access to your contact information. We are going to need the winner to reach out and email Melodee, and that's the MELODEE at caterpillar.com, and that is a PILLAR.com. So Melodee at caterpillar.com to claim your quick giveaway that we're doing for our lives today. So that's why I wanted to bring that up really quick is one, we're getting your fingers ready. We see everybody throwing ones in there. Way to go. Get them going.
I'm going to show you how these work really quick. They're super great to work. So if you've ever accidentally cut your finger with a rotary blade. Oh, I did it this time.
You're good. Go ahead, rotary blade.
These are so great for that. So you've got your little clamp here where one side kind of folds down. Both sides don't fold down, just one does, and it's a little bit weird when that happens. But you're just going to set it on your ruler, and you're going to push down just a little bit, and you're going to close that up, and that will clamp right onto your ruler. So you can use this to pick up and move your rulers. And if you guys see how tiny this ruler is, this is what.
Here, let's do it top down. I know we're a little bit farther away. Yeah. So like this is what, a 2.5 by
2.5
by 12 it looks like.
Yeah, by 12. It will fit on your tiny
Show them
rulers.
one more time again.
So
open that up.
One side,
and then
the bottom, that breaks your section. Put it down, set it down, close it up. That makes your
And then
section.
let's do that one more time from the front again. So
we are going to give away 2 of these because I like to use 2. Because if you're using a ruler that's any longer than 12 inches, this one's not. But for example, if it's longer than 12 inches, you put them both on there, and then you can cut here, then you can cut there. And you don't have to move it. You don't have to move your ruler, because if it's here and your ruler's long, it's going to, your rotary cutter is good. Anyway, these are our mini clamps, and we are going to give away 2 of those.
People love them.
They love them.
Very, very sturdy. We move through.
You can put it on the back of your phone. No, you can't. I've
done that before. I know. I'm just like not putting it on the back of my phone.
Not on yours, but when I'm traveling and I need a little holder for
a stand, you put that because it's in your bag that you're traveling with?
It's in my bag that I'm traveling with. I gave it to all my kids one year for Christmas, and they were all like, "What is this? Why are you guys giving? What are you doing with this?" And then I showed them, and now they all use it.
I like this too. This was a great one. This Teresa, thanks for sharing this. It is perfect for fussy cutting.
So good for fussy cutting. Keep your
really quick. Where's our rotating mat? Do we have a rotating mat in here?
Yeah, down bottom shelf, under the mini.
And then grab. I was going to say we don't have a small ruler. We're not demoing this, but again, one of the great things about these when they sit on the top 2 is when you're rotating, and this mat currently is not set up great that way.
No,
but when we rotate and we're moving there we are. Yeah. So when we're doing this, again, it gives you that handle as well. Yeah. So we found a lot of reasons. And the biggest thing is that, again, to your point, Melodee, it keeps your hands away from that surface, and especially on those smaller templates. So when you are fussy cutting, beautiful, great way to create safety so that you're not down by that surface at all. So I just wanted to
especially on
quickly show that.
When you have a fat ruler, it's one thing, but when you've got these little skinny rulers, which I love using, I love the skinny ones. You're just so close to it. Anyway. All
right. So I'll move that back out of the way. We weren't planning on that, but I just love pointing that out when especially that comment, Teresa, for bringing that up with fussy cutting. Absolutely. I love to hear that. So
we are going to give away a set of
let me quickly answer this. And this is for some of the futures. We are right now the giveaway. There are 2 different type of giveaways we're doing. Yes. We do have a pre-registered. And what that means is we had an event. We send out an email. We're like, hey, we know that we have this live coming up. Click here to let us know that you're going to be joining. So we have a behind the scenes way to register. We are going to be giving away one of our largest flip and fold mats for those who have pre-registered. Yes. We also have a couple giveaways and another surprise giveaway with those who join us live. Yes. Our goal is to encourage you to participate, to see what we have going on, to help answer questions and ask those questions that we can get. Yes. But right now we're giving away these mini clamps to start off with. So that's what we wanted to do.
So Nathan is going to give you guys a question, and you're going to put the answer in the comments, and then we are going to choose from the comments. And someone's going to win 2 of these. And then send me an email at melodee@caterpillar.com, MELODEE, because I could never find a mug or a magnet with my name on it spelled correctly when I grew up on my road trips. I'm not bitter about that at all.
Okay.
So Nathan's going to give you.
So this is an interesting, and this is just anybody who comments on this. We're going to scroll randomly, and we'll select somebody here that will be selected from those that are live. And this is what I want to know. Okay, right now we're in mid-January. We've got February, March. Right now, my question is, now whether this is a dream or a want of yours, that's also okay. But what I'm curious to know is how many projects do you want to do within the first quarter of this year? So what are the things that you're wanting to work on, and what do you want to get done? And I'm going to come over to you because Melodee sometimes in the background's working on things. She spends about 3 months leading up to Christmas, and I'm not sure if you're done with if you're not done with Christmas. But then often that's a small project that she did a couple of different trees, or I think a few different things this year.
Yes, I did 12 trees and a bunch of little projects.
So going back, moving into first quarter, Melodee, do you have a project or two?
Yes.
Or 3 or 5. So put in how I'm looking at 12s
I'm counting
and 3s and 6
in my brain right now.
What you want to do just within now between the end of March is what I'm thinking about.
The end of March. I think I have 3 that I really want to get done before the end of March. I have many in my brain, but I have 3 that I'm really looking to do. But that is after I get all of my Christmas trees taken down. For those of you that
does it take the same amount of time to take them down?
No, it's a little longer to put them up than to take them down. For those of you that joined us for the 12 days of Christmas, I told everyone how I did 12 trees in my house this year because for a lot of reasons, but I had a great time, and I'm actually having more fun taking them down than I thought I would. I thought I would be super sad, but like taking them down and organizing all of this stuff and putting it in, putting it in the bins that match and all that stuff. It's actually been really fun. So I like the organization of it as well. So yes. So we're going to choose a winner from those of you. How many projects are you trying to get done in the first quarter? Put that number in the comments.
And then again, the way you're going to redeem is if we select you, you need to reply with an email to melodee@caterpillar.com. So I've left that up there. I'm going to remove that so that we can look at selecting the winner.
Yes. Send me an email. Remind me what you won and send me your mail.
A lot of comments. So thanks for being with us today. The first winner that we're going to select and win. And I am seeing some crazy numbers, but we're not looking because this is going to be completely random.
No, it's no judgment.
Random.
I saw a 12 pop up there, and whoever that was, more power to you. I would love to hear 10 projects. I would love 7 projects. Let us know if you get those done because I would love to know how you do that.
Yeah, we're curious. Come join our creative group and share your projects.
On Facebook.
Okay, we have a winner. Yes. The winner is, and again, completely random. We don't know. We can move up and down, and this is just selected. And the winner is Ginny.
Yay, Ginny.
Yay, Ginny.
I feel like 6 is a lot of projects. We're halfway through January. You've got 8, 9, 10 more weeks to go and 6 projects to do. Ginny, join that Creative Hub on our Facebook group because I would love to hear how you get that done. I would love
So that. Ginny, with that again, just quickly as a reminder, go ahead, email Melodee. So that'll be Ginny Drack, DRAK was the winner. Congratulations on 2 of those mini clamps that we have. Awesome. So thank you and congratulations. All right, let's kind of get into this. One of the key things now, there are a couple things that you're going to find out. One is going to be the amazing special and price. But what I want you to look at, and we're going to demonstrate the main one. We're going to talk briefly about 2. Why do we have flip and folds? And let me kind of start off with this, Melodee. I'm going to kind of be the pessimist. And I only say this because when I first saw this, it was like, how many people really need this? Why would they need this? And I had my own set of those who are joining us now. I've talked about what I call like X's and checks. And my X's are all the reasons now is not the ideal time, or all the reasons why this might not make sense for me. And so I'm curious for you to come up with what those questions are that you have so that we can say, well, here's maybe another way to think about this. But when I thought about this, I thought that's interesting. But, I would ask, do I need one? And what we have found is that more and more people, as they began to understand how it worked, how it can be used in its different sizes, the simplicity, the storage, and all these other things, the longevity, the build, the quality, we have found that it makes sense for a few very, very selected, especially this big one. And then we find there's a slightly different use case for our mini as well. And we'll talk about those. And so go ahead, Melodee, and I'm going to kind of move the computer to the side so you can have the space in order to share that with us. But she'll be talking about, you got that right there? Okay. The flip and fold. So and thank you. And while Nathan's moving this stuff over there, I'm just going to remind you that there's a bunch of questions at the very beginning that we want to answer. Thank you. In fact, I'll go find that as you're doing this, and then when you're ready, we'll bring those up. Awesome. So I'm going to just tell you about the flip and folds, how it works, and then I will tell you kind of like what it's so good for. So first of all, this material is made out of a different material. It's not made out of the same material that most of our cutting mats are made out of. It's made out of a material called TPE. It is non-toxic. It's not the PVC. If you laser cut PVC, you get these fumes and stuff, and that doesn't happen with this. So that is first of all, a really great thing about this. The other thing about the TPE is it is heat resistant. So raise your hands or put a number 1 in the comments if you've ever left your cutting mat in your car
and you've gone back to get it and it looks like this. It looks like one of these. So we did a little test here in Utah. This is what happens to the cutting mats when you leave them in the car in the desert sun. Now I know someone's here from Arizona and Southern California, and I know it's hotter there, but this is what happened to the mats here when we left them here. But we also left pieces of our flip and fold mat there. And look at that. They are completely flat. That like you don't have that same issue. So that is the material that it's made out of. So that is super cool. And let me show you how it works. Now, first of all, there's basically what it is a foldable cutting mat. It's 5 different sizes of cutting mats in one, which is fantastic. And every single size starts at 0. So you've got your 1-to-1 at the bottom.
Let me zoom in on that so they can kind of see it from the top.
So right here, you've got your 1-to-1. The other thing that's really great about our cutting mats, I don't know if you could, we don't have the thing to zoom in, but
we will get it. We're going to get it. That's what kind of show this is right now. We are on
that
this.
We listed all of the fractions because I used to tutor algebra and stuff when I was in high school and college, but I really hate adding fractions. So we wrote those all out. You've got your 1/8 and your 1/4 and your 3/8 and your 1/2 and your 5/8 and your 3/4 and your 7/8 all listed on there. So you don't have to do the math. You don't have to count the dots. You don't have to do that. So that's super, super great. And then, so this is your first mat. So it's 11 by 17 and you can cut right on this.
Let me have them think about this as she's demonstrating this. And this is not one of the things that we've done in the past, but I want you thinking about, you know, if I have a project, what size project fits here, right?
Yeah.
And I want them thinking about it because you're going to see what this ends up with. And it's one is what might I do in or cut with it at that space. And the other one is what might or where might I use this in order to cut in that space as well. So I want you to thinking about that as we kind of expand as you see the versatility of this particular cutting mat.
Yeah. And I just saw a question pop up that I want to answer. If you can flip back to that top camera there, Nathan, for me. So I showed you all of the little fractions on these. All of the tops of our mats have the centimeters. Debbie asked us if we have mats with centimeters. They all have that on the top.
So I'm going to zoom out so you can kind of see the both of those. So if you look at this again, you end up with
sizes, and then you've got your centimeters across the top. So they know that's important to some of the projects. So
gotcha,
we've got those there as well. So yes, Debbie, that is correct. So now what you're going to do is, so you're working on your projects. Think of what size you would work on this. Then let's say you're working on a project that's a little bit bigger. What are you going to do? Well, you're just going to flip it open. You're going to flip it open. And now instead of your 11 by 17 mat, you have a 17 by 22 mat. So you can work on this size. And let's say, oh no, I need a little more space. This isn't quite big enough. So you're going to flip it over and you're going to open it. And then it will double in size again. So you've got your 17 by 48. These mats have these little puzzle pieces on. All you need to do is make sure that that little puzzle piece is snapped together tight, and then it is nice and flat. Now, what if you need a little more space? This one here, our big one, our 48, opens up to 36 by 48. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I love this so much. Make sure your puzzle pieces are snapped together, and then it's nice and smooth and you can cut right on it.
One of the things that I like about this, Melodee, when I've been thinking, and we've heard individual comments, and then we're going to come back and we know there's a lot of other questions. If you have them, post your questions because we do want to answer those as well.
Yeah.
But one of the things I think about, and we've talked about this and we've heard, is a lot of times the current space that you have has already been kind of set. Right. And you probably have some kind of a mat that's a little bit larger that you stand up behind the piano. It goes in by the closet. This wasn't part of the deal, but at the end they end up warping and they end up not unfolding the right way, right? And so ideally you're like, I don't want or have space to dedicate in my current studio where I quilt on my sewing machine. And some of you might have dedicated sewing machine areas or cutting spaces. I think that one question I would say is how big or how small are they? And then what size projects can you be cutting on those as well? And I say this because I know you have done projects in different locations.
I have.
And you've done different size cutting projects in different locations. And so if you're a sewist and if you're doing fashion, some of those patterns are quite large and you might have those mats and you just don't want to leave them out, or they're getting damaged, getting stored amongst many other things. And so I know that the thought that I have with a lot of people who buy this, based on not just the versatility, but the size, is it's great to be able to know that I can do those few large projects when needed. Right. And not need to have to reorganize, rechange, re-clear up, move my sewing machine,
right.
Change my system in the area that you have usually already functionally very usable. And so that way you might need to go to a different area, might be the next room. It might be on your floor, even though not ideal, but I know you've had some stories on the same thing.
Yeah. So I have plenty of room in my craft room. I really do. My problem always comes in that I'm always working on projects. I'm kind of a messy crafter. And so like the table that I'm working on projects is full of stuff. And so I need to go into the dining room to cut on the dining room table sometimes and come back in, because the idea of cleaning off the table just to cut a bigger piece, I can't even do that. So I can take this on the dining room table and I can protect the dining room table. Someone mentioned you can protect all of your surfaces with this, and you can, because I can open it up all the way big and I can put it on the dining room table. And then when my family decides they want to eat dinner, I can put it away. So you can fold it all up and you can store it. This is all the room that it takes up when you're storing. This is it. This is how this is the room that it takes up. It will go on our shelf. We have one over here on the shelf behind Nathan. You can just store it on the shelf, or you can store it next to your thing.
And by the way, that what you're looking at, that is this full-size mat simply sitting here on the storage shelf, put away. So it's not the mini.
Yeah. So what are the different things we can do on it? So on this size, I like to do my 8x8 or 10x10 squares. I will cut those pieces out right on top of here. I'll work on those pieces. Then we need it a little bit bigger. I'm a garment sewer before I'm a quilter. I've been forbidden because I tend to procrastinate. My husband doesn't let me do it very often anymore. But Halloween costumes, wedding dresses, prom dresses, those kinds of things. Because I end up staying up all night for like 3 nights right before the dress is due. And I'm not very nice when I do that. So he doesn't like it when I do it. I don't do it anymore. But I do my patterns on top of this, because how many of you, let me ask you this. If you are a garment sewer, where I used to do my big pieces is on the floor in the living room, because the pieces are so, especially when I'm doing dresses, especially when I'm doing big dresses, on the pieces on the floor in the living room. Then you're setting it up. You're trying to pin the pattern to your fabric. You're getting it stuck in the carpet, and then you're cutting pieces of the carpet all the time, right? And so I did make a little thing for my grandson for Halloween this last year, and I was able to put this on the floor of the living room and cut the pattern pieces out right on here. I didn't pin anything to the carpet. I didn't cut the carpet. And I was so happy about that. So you can do that. This you can use on the floor because it's so big. It's so great. You can do that. I was also redoing a little area rug in my foyer. And because my house is old, nothing is standard sizes. There's no 4x6, 5x7, anything in my house. It was built in the 40s. And so I was trying to trim down this little rug that I wanted in my foyer for Christmas time. And with all my
with her 12 Christmas trees.
With my 12 Christmas trees. And I brought this next to the entryway and had it on the ground. And I was able to, I just slid it underneath the carpet. I was able to keep it in the area because I kept trying to move it, and then I would cut a piece off and I'd go back and the dimensions were not right. I couldn't keep them on my head. I was able to do it all.
So you did it in place, moved it over there, went through, put it underneath.
Put my cutter on it, cut right on top of this. My husband thought I was crazy. I think he was watching football at the time. And I was in the living room and I was in the entryway with this. And he was like, what is that? And what are you doing? He's
all right. Now with that, we're looking at, there are several different questions that are coming up. What I'd like to do is start to get through some of those questions to see if we can help answer them. And then we want to kind of come back to this and then move from this particular one into our mini as well. But there are some things that we want to show you that people are asking about. So let me bring those up. Let me have you demonstrate those and talk to them. One of the first ones I thought that was an interesting one was this particular one here about.
Okay. Thank you, Ginny, for the question. Can we damage the mat if we end up opening it in the wrong order? You can't really damage the mat, but you're going to.
In essence, it only partly opens, which is fine. So you can still open it.
You can still cut on that part.
But give us the quick, simple, let me open this up. Step one is to.
So this is the thing. Have it always looking at you on your 11x17 side, fold it up all the way, and you can see all the numbers. This is what it is, 11x17.
And then I also
have one side that has one.
I'm going to show them so you can see two puzzle pieces, one, two, and then one, right? There we go. I just wanted to have
always start where the 2 is. If you start on the side that you have the 2 puzzle pieces, that will flip right open. Exactly. And then you really get the hang of it. But you can. So if you do accidentally do it this way, it's not going to lay flat, because if you can see that, it's thicker on this side than that side, right? It's not even. So it won't hurt the mat if you cut on this, but you're going to have this like
uneven surfaces.
It's an uneven surface. Exactly. Thank you. So it won't hurt the mat to do that. So, but don't do it because it's not going to be.
That's good. So let's go ahead and open that up.
Yeah. So start with the 2 pieces, flip that open. That's what it is. Then you're just flipping and folding. flipping and
Now
folding,
again,
flipping
I'm
and
just going to
folding.
quickly show you this. Pull that side back
Yep.
in for me. Obviously, this would make sense too, is because once it's open, there's nothing else to flip. We can try to do it back and forth. So thus, if we turn it back over, it gives us access again, right, to those two other pieces. And I'm not going to open it much farther than this. Besides, that's really what we do.
Yeah.
And then there's another question that we'll answer right now as well. I won't bring this quite up. We'll look at it. But one of the other questions, I'm just going to leave this open for a minute here.
Yeah.
Is one of the questions people asked is, hey, is this available and can you cut on both sides? And so let's just kind of show them both the front and the back side really quick of this.
Yeah.
So we can kind of show them that.
Of course you can. Because you're flipping it.
Well,
opening
let's
it,
just go back and be
so
clear. It's a double-sided mat.
It's a double-sided cutting
So
mat.
that's the first
Yes.
way to answer that is yes, it can
Yes,
be. And
for
then
sure.
we'll show you the grids on both sides right now. Too.
Yeah. So this was the second
Let's go ahead.
one
Yep,
that
let's
we
go.
talked about that starts again at the 1. So it's 17 by 22. And so you're going to flip it over. Now this is the side that you were cutting on in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So this is the other side.
And then again, you can still cut here, even though this has instructions. So this is still a cutting surface.
Yes.
It's just where we place the instructions.
Yes. And so this opens, and then this is the back side of that mat. So when you open it this way, you
So
can
again, we're looking at
cut
that,
in.
right?
Yep.
Gridded,
Double-sided.
backside grid. So this is
Yes.
gridded both sides. Now let's do this one more time. Let's open this up. Now, again, this entire side is gridded. Now, if you remember, we ended up with the instructions. So not the entirety of the backside, but again, we do have grids on most all of it, minus really a panel. So
Yeah.
both front and back are fully usable, double-sided cutting mat,
Yes.
both the ways. And then here's another one that I thought was really interesting that we'll quickly answer. And to me, by the way, everybody here is most likely answering this, asking yourselves this question is, why do I want to flip and fold if I already have a cutting mat?
Yeah. So for me, I have cutting mats. I've had cutting mats forever, right? If you're a crafter, you have cutting mats. I've had cutting mats forever. But I can't tell you how many times before I got the flip and fold into my craft room, how many times I was working on a project and my mat was just a little too small. Or my mat was so big I didn't have space to put it out and use it when my desk was
Or
all
probably a
done.
lot of you, even your bigger mats, the biggest thing is you're probably already trying to use it and putting it in other places.
Yeah.
And this whole thing is the diversity of size,
Yes.
space and location on where and how you can use that.
Storing your mat.
And at the end, this is, again, a 36 by 40, a 48 by 36 mat. And so this is a very large mat, perfect for those. We will say that the other thing that has been, and is another reason you might want this, is if you're going to travel, if you go in between homes, if you have an event you're doing for the weekend, and our mini is also more perfectly maybe made for that, but you still might want your bigger projects on there, but it travels with you just as easy as anything else. At, again, the size on this is what, 18 by...
So the grid is 17.
No,
11 by
the size of the
17
plastic is what?
Is,
the mat.
yeah, 18 by 12. 12
About
by
18 by 12.
Yeah.
So
So Nathan mentioned going places, right? Going to a class, going to a retreat, going to something. This size is so great for that, because when you're at 17 by 22, because those tables, when you're doing your crafting at retreats and classes and stuff, are usually about 2 feet long. So your 36-inch mat or your 48 mat will hang over the edge. So this is perfect for that. This is also great where you can share it with a friend. So if you're in a class and you're side by side at a table, you can work on this side, they can work on this side. And this is super great to be able to use for that as well. Now, we mentioned about the travel. You can travel with it. I'm just going to show really quick. We'll talk about the travel with the mini when we pull that out in just a minute. But we do have bags for things. So if you go to our website, if you find the Glow tote bag, your flip and fold 48 will fit right in this. If you already have a light board, if you already have one of our Glow boards, this will fit in there with it, but you can travel with it like that. So if you're a snowbird, if you like to take your projects with you when you travel, anything like that, there are tote bags as well. So take a look at that also, because that is great. If you,
by the way, I'm
Teresa
looking for
just asked
comments
that.
here too. Let me go ahead and bring
Teresa
this
just
up.
asked that. This is the tote bag. If you have the Glow board already and you want to put this mat in there, you are looking for the Glow tote. It'll say it fits the basic and the premium. It's the black one, and that will fit your 48. So that's our big one. We haven't really talked about the sale yet. Are we waiting to do that?
Let's go ahead and do that right now so that you can know what you can get this for.
Yes.
Special pricing right now that we're going to be kicking off. But with this, we're going to be demonstrating, in addition to this, let's do a quick giveaway.
Okay.
And then let's give them the pricing. And then what we want to do is we want to show you the comparison difference between this and the slightly smaller 24 by 36, or kind of referred to as the mini flip and fold, which almost feels like I feel like I can fit it in my pocket, although I can't. But there you go. But
Yeah.
it's cute.
So we'll talk about that.
So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do another giveaway. And yeah, so really quick, before we do this, I do want to quickly say, what other questions do you have to make sure that we can answer these really quick, because we're going to end up moving all these comments down.
Okay.
We do have one right here.
Shelley's
Let's
question right here.
quickly answer this one from Shelly. And
Okay.
Shelly, you're asking, does the rotary cutter get stuck in the seams? Great question. And here's your micro cutter. Just
Yep. So this
You
is
have your
this
cutter?
is the thing about it that I want to show you.
you know where your cutter went, by the way?
Yeah, it's right here.
Let's just get that out to share with them.
So this is the thing about it. So when your puzzle pieces are stuck together, remember we talked about those puzzle pieces. Make sure that those puzzle pieces are stuck together, and that keeps it flat. And then when you've got your fabric over the top of your seam, so we've got a seam right here, because this is where our puzzle piece is, right? We've got a seam right here over the top. You put your ruler down and you cut right here. It's not going to get stuck or anything like that in the seams. I'm at a bad angle for this. Here we go. Cut. No problem. No problem. My kind of dead.
There we go.
There we go. No problem. The other thing that's really great about it is if you look at the grid and you're using your grid as a measurement, I don't know if you can flip back up. Your main lines, your inch lines, your half-inch lines, your quarter-inch lines are not where the seams are. It's not where.
So again, if you're going to be cutting across, what we
Yeah.
did is we made sure that those were not aligned on any one of the
Any of the
inch or the
measurements.
half inch or the
Yes.
quarter inch marks. And so the need to be on that would be very, very, very slim. Obviously, if you by chance lay it down and put your fabric over it, your goal is not to put your blade directly over the cut. But in general, when we're cutting across it, you're not going to have a problem. Put those puzzle pieces together. Also, just as a quick thing, just so you know, on this entire side, this is actually seamless. There is no gap, even though it folds right here on this particular side. We have the one puzzle piece, and so then there would be that small part here. But again, we can cut over that with no problem.
Yep.
And the same thing happens regardless of the size that it's open up to.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw this up there. Great question. I don't know. We should look at this. This would be great if you want to be an insider to come help us understand, should we or should we not get into that?
Sign up for our newsletters and our emails, and come be an insider and help us out with that. That would be great.
Any other questions that we can help answer? I'm looking through this. I'm trying to go through because I know we don't catch all of them with everybody who is commenting.
So I think there was.
Here's just a positive comment from Lynn. Thank you. She says, love several cutting mats. My favorite is the flip and fold. So it looks like you have that, Lynn. Thank you very much. I'll never use anything else. It cuts better. And I have several different sizes. It has several different sizes in one. Can fold up and store easily. So thank you, Lynn. As a user, appreciate your thoughts on how that's worked for you as well.
That's so great. I love that. That is so great. I think I did see a question. I'm not sure if we'll be able to find it now because we've got so many great comments.
Let's answer this one too. This one is from CR. Is it self-healing, and how often would you need to maybe replace this mat? Would be the question.
Yeah, so it is self-healing, just like typical self-healing mats. We tend to cut in the same place and need to replace it at some point, right? As long as you keep moving your cuts everywhere, it'll last longer, just like any other self-healing mat. But it's a little more durable than most. It's a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know what to say.
The material is slightly more forgiving.
Yep,
it is. And then I know you had another question. I apologize before we kind of answered that.
I saw the question that someone asked if you could store it this way if it was going to hurt it. Or if it was going to have a problem with it. That's a really good question. So I don't know that I have it. Oh, I do have it here. So when you get your flip and fold mat, it comes with this little elastic band inside the box. So if you put this on your flip and fold and then you store it upright, you're going to be just fine because that's going to hold it together and then you can store it this way.
Let's do a top down zoom on this so you kind of see this comes with it again and just easily wraps it around.
Just elastic like a hair tie. And that'll kind of help hold it together so that it's not going to like flail around while you're storing it.
And then, by the way, again, a couple people were saying this is kind of what could you see yourself using this for? Great for projects with sewing patterns. You're right on.
Yes.
This is another one. This is a big one again. This would be so awesome to have on projects when you travel. That is absolutely the case.
Yes. So let's talk about our special.
All right, let's do this. This is why you're going to want to not pass up on this.
This is why you're not going to want to pass up on it right now. So if you go to caterpillar.com, you find your flip and fold, you put flip and fold in the search bar, they're going to show up, you're going to see them there. So right now you can get 25% off of and they're brand new. Like it's not a holiday. It's not Christmas. We don't do this a lot. We don't, this is a big deal that we.
So is this the coupon is?
So use coupon code FLIP25,
there we go.
FLIP25. Use that coupon and you can get 25% off of either size of the flip and folds that we're talking about today. Either size, doesn't matter. Or both, doesn't matter. You can pick either one. So make sure.
And we'll tell you why here in just a minute when we demo the other one. Why you
Yep.
might want to put them both in your cart.
You might want to get both of them. So let's talk about that a little bit. So I love the big one. I have it at my house. When we came out with the big one, the 48 first, and I was really excited to travel with it because I have traveled with it. I have used it at classes. I have used it at retreats, and it's so fantastic for that. But now we've come up with the mini, and this one's even easier to travel with. So now the flip and fold, for me, my use is when my table is so full of so much stuff and I need to move it somewhere else and cut somewhere else, I can cut on the dining room table, I can cut on the living room floor, and I can have it whatever size I need. So this one stays home now.
Yep. So this is the big one. So let's grab the other one. Let's show them. And I'm wanting to do this so that you can see the difference physically before we kind of demonstrate this. And in essence, if you look at it,
It's about half.
it's about half the size. Let me do a top down on this so you can kind of see this.
There we go.
There you go. So this is again, the 36 by 48. And this is the one that we just showed you. Again, the outside plastic is about 12 by 18. The cutting surface is 11 by 17. And now we end up with,
Look how cute she is.
This little one here. And this is the 24 by 36.
This
So
one-
I just wanted to
about that big.
quickly show everybody this is what we're looking at. This is the difference between the large flip and fold and now our kind of our mini. And so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that and let you now have that one for yourself.
Yes. So this is the mini, and this is the thing. Get the big one. You're gonna love it. You're gonna get used to opening it. This one works the exact same. This one opens the exact
You know what?
same as the big one.
We got to do the giveaway.
Oh, right.
We didn't get to the giveaway before we do this.
Okay.
So I apologize. Really quick, take advantage if you want now and buy those, but let's do the giveaway and then we're going to do a demonstration and then we're going to do another giveaway. So stay with us as we're doing this and let's go ahead and do this. So the quick way we like to do giveaways is ask a question. What I want you to do is I want you to get your fingers ready in the comments. So go find the comment section on your social media and get ready to share your thoughts with us so that we can get them on and you can reply. What we're going to be giving away is a pair of our mini ruler clamps, okay? And if you're joining us, you didn't see the first demonstration of these, they work well. She recommends, Melodee does 2 over a larger ruler, so that way you can kind of cut, continue, move your hand and cut. We had several people talking about how great they work for mini fussy cutting, keeping your finger off of the surface. Very easy to use. And we clamp open them, close them.
Skinny 2.5-inch rulers are small enough that they'll go on your
they'll work on there.
as well.
Some of you might have your hexes or your pentagons or anything like that. Perfect for those templates as well. So the question that we have is going to come back over to Melodee this time. I knew that. And we're going to ask her, what question does she want to ask? Oh, and I can do it too. Let me just think in my head.
Okay, so I want to know, since we're talking about, I want to know, okay, put in the comments, tell me, over the years of your crafting, your sewing, your quilting, whatever it is that you do, how many cutting mats have you had? How many different cutting mats have you had? Because I know, or how many do you have right now? Either way, how many different cutting mats do you have right now? Because I can tell you that I think I had 7. Now I have 2 because I got rid of all the other ones. Because now I have 2 that basically opens up into 10. So I have more cutting mats than I did.
I didn't put this out there. One of the previous questions was, if I already have a mat, again, why this mat?
Yeah.
And maybe, again, how many mats did you have is what you're saying, right?
I had 7 different mats.
7 different mats.
7 different sizes of cutting mats.
I want you to think about, how can you envision yourself? So give us your number. What is your number and how many mats you've had? And then the other thing is, once you're done with this, I'm curious to have you think about, where or how might you use the new flip and fold? What does this look like for you? How do you integrate this? How does this make it easier in the space that you're already in? How does this give you an opportunity to go cut in another space that you might not have been able to use? How does the size of the mat, how would it make a difference if you had something that was that 36 by 48? When have you ever needed to have something like that? Most likely there wasn't a place. You didn't want to go spend the money on something that was only specific that you couldn't use. Storing it potentially would ruin it. And so there's a lot of those things. I want you thinking about that as well. So keep it going. We are getting...
So put the number of mats that you either have had or have now in the comments, and we're going to just randomly choose someone who commented to win a pair of these mini clamps. And if we call your name, if we put your name on there, send me an email.
Keep it coming. We've got a lot of people putting their names in there. Keep them coming.
That.
We're gonna take just a minute, because depending on if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, takes a minute. So we're letting everybody get your comments in.
You're gonna send me an email to melodee@caterpillar.com.
Let me go bring that up really quick.
Up on there for you, because my name's spelled a little weird, so we're gonna put it up there for you. It's Melodee with 2 E's at caterpillar.com. Send me your mailing address if you're the winner, and we will get this set of
Again,
Show
note
off
this
for you.
down, Melode at Caterpillar. So if we call your name and you get brought up on screen, you are the winner. We're going to be sending you 2 of these mini clamps
Yes.
out your way. So go
All
ahead
right.
and do that.
So here we go. We're going to choose a winner.
Okay. Winner. Can I say
Winner.
Can I say chicken dinner?
Yeah, I think so.
Am I pushing the wrong place on yours because it keeps on bringing that up?
Yeah.
Stop it!
Nathan's trying to do this on my laptop, which he is not used to.
Still doing it. I'm going to
What are you doing?
keep my hand over here to the left. I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
great
no,
question.
that's a weird thing. Okay.
Okay, keep your numbers coming. I see a few
Here
more
comes.
numbers again.
How many cutting mats do you have? Put it in the comments, and we are going to pick.
What's it going to be?
winner.
What's it going to be? All right. So we're just say
I say we're
3,
trying to 3, 2,
2, 1.
click.
Winner
Winner
is Marie Isabel Stoneback. Marie Isabel
At
Stoneback.
least 6. See, I had 7. I don't have that many anymore. And all of my 7 that I had before, something was wrong with almost all of them. They were cracked, they were warped, they were bent, all of those things. I don't know what that is. That's so funny. All of those things, I was having all of that issues with all of my cutting mats. Now I got rid of all of those. It's like when I first started working with Caterpillar, I got rid of all my paper cutters because I only needed my Caterpillar after that. But we'll talk about that another time. I got rid of all my cutting mats, and now I have 2 cutting mats and 10 sizes. So it's so great.
There you go. Love it. So we're going to go ahead and make sure to reach out again, Marie, to Melodee at Caterpillar, CUTTERPILLAR.com. And we're going to go ahead and kind of move quickly through this next one. We've been taking a lot of time, having a lot of conversations, so we apologize. But
so this is our flip and fold mini. We call it the flip and fold 36, or the mini. We call both things. It works just like the big one that we showed you just a little while ago. So you've got one side that there are 2 tabs, and you've got one side that there is 1 piece. You want to always start where there are 2. So it starts out at it's basically 8.5 by 11. So the mat is 9 by 12. The grid is 8.5 by 11. So then you're going to flip it open, and now you've got your 11 by 17 mat. And then you flip it, and you flip it open again. Make sure your puzzle pieces are snapped together. And now you've got your 11 by 36. This is a cool size mat. 11 by 36 is a really
ideal size mat.
Cool size.
I'm looking at that with the space. The last one did take up all this. And to me, I'm like, that's great if you're going to do like that big fashion, or I even go like back to kind of the big, like the bolts of fabric. The big bolts or something you're going to try to cut off on. And you're probably on the counter, you're probably in the kitchen, you're probably on the dining room table or something like that, because you really need that space. You're doing projects that you want to lay things out or around that you don't want to damage a surface. I think on the bigger flip and fold's a perfect thing.
That's what I do my dining room
and again, this is one of those nice ones that just can open up and almost legitimately go on the coffee table. It can go anywhere based on it's like, if you, it's 2 by 3 feet. So this is the 24 by 36. So
this is like that perfect size for those like IKEA tables that you screw the legs into that we all have. This is great for that size. That's what I put it on.
And I love it. Doesn't require a dedicated surface or space. You can just open it, use it, store it. And again, this one is half the size of the previous one when folded down, which is pretty darn amazing.
Cute.
Yeah,
I call this a she because I think she's just so cute. She's so cute.
Opens the same way.
Opens the exact
so I
same
think that's
way.
what you're going to say.
It works the exact same way. Also on the mini, you've got your little design here, that your little images that kind of show you how to open it. There's also a QR code on here if you want to see the video on how to open it. That's on both of them. That's on the big one as well.
Yep, I put it over here on our shelf
because it can go on the shelf. There's a QR code that you can scan as well if you need to kind of help with opening and closing it. But it's really easy as long as you start with your 2-sided, then you open it. You can open it all the way. By
the way, this one of the things we had talked about is, let's grab that small case really quick.
Yeah.
People were asking about carrying, traveling, transporting. We did share with you most recently, grab the black one as well, if you wouldn't mind, that you can buy bags to take these around. This is perfect. This is what we use for our basic glow boards and our premium glow board that fit right perfectly in this. The size of those.
The glow boards?
Yep.
13 by 19.
13 by 19 fit in here. And then you end up with this extra pocket or this pouch that you can use. Let me just do as top down. We didn't really talk much about this, but they're depth filled all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
I know Melodee loves this one because it's bright, so you're not going to lose anything.
Lose stuff in there,
and
like
then these particular bags have additional handles to put with your suitcases and storage pouches along with a shoulder strap. But I'm just going to kind of move that back to the side. And then there's a mini one. And then again, I like this. And the reason I brought this up is you might have a bag you already travel with. And the thing I love about this mini one is it just fits. It feels like it can fit kind of in any space. Like
it's about the size
think about
of,
a
like,
grocery bag. This
pattern
just
book,
fits in.
right?
Yeah, it is. It's literally the size of
your
a
pattern book.
catalog.
Catalogs, your pattern books.
There we go.
It's about that size.
Just
So it will-
just a catalog.
Yeah,
Legitimately, it's just a little bit
it's
larger
just a
than
little
a
bit bigger than
catalog.
that, so you can take that with you. But this is our new mini tote. If you have our mini light board, that fits in one side, and then our mini flip and fold will fit in the other side. So this isn't really, we're not doing things on the totes this week, but I just wanted to show you that you can do that, and you can hold extra stuff. There's extra pockets. There's the
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. There you go.
Mini.
Yeah.
You've got, because I love.
So do we
that
have the
one of
mini here by the
pockets,
chance as well?
under the swivel where you just
Where we are.
I love the pocket is mesh because it's out of sight and out of mind. Sometimes I forget that I even have a tool that I need.
Here's the mini with the cutting,
Yeah.
sets right in there.
She'll fit right
You
in
saw
there.
her put and slide. Obviously, the different pouches in the pockets. Folding this up makes it really, really, really easy to take along with
On
you.
the front as well to add things to. It's really great. You can put your car keys in there, so you could take this. Who needs a purse? Take this.
There you
Forget
go.
your purse.
Here's
Take
somebody
this.
else. I love this. Thanks, Renee. Great size for me. It
Great
is.
size.
It is a perfect. I like it. It's like the perfect travel companion. Is how we would refer to it. So let me bring this back out again.
Because with the mini,
Let's just
like,
do this.
we're talking about like all of your projects in one thing, right? All of the tools you need for your projects.
And
So
maybe
great.
just to kind of clear the air one more time, and we're going to try to let this untrack and track since it was a little blurry there. But again, one of the things we started with is what and how might one of these fit into your current project process and the ways that you're doing it in your life, in your lifestyle, in your home,
Yes.
with where this is at. And again, the big one we have found is a great one when you're looking for that extra size. If you want, you can buy this and also travel with it. This is one if you're going to share a mat with multiple people. It's a perfect mat for that as well,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
However, what we found is that a lot of people, in my mind, I'm thinking about what if this is a short road trip? What if there's something you're going to go visit your cousin, your aunt, your neighbor, your in-laws, and you're going for a drive. It's the Sunday dinner and you're going to be bored on your own. Then to me, the mini is perfect for just to throw in something and to take with you. And I say that because here's one of the interesting things that happens with these flip and folds that you might not know about. They actually create their own surface. So if you wanted to create a working surface, you can do that and put pressure and move them because they actually end up with the layers.
Yeah, and we had a question about that with the layers. How thick is it when it's all folded up? It's about 3/4 of an inch.
3/4 of an inch. And then the other thing we didn't actually talk about is some people, and I haven't seen this come up as a question, is how heavy. They're actually, compared to most light boards, like this big, I want to say the average weight was between 8 and 12 pounds on the big flip and fold. I mean, the big cutting mats. And I think this one's 4 pounds.
Yeah, yes.
So I think what we're about half or a third of the weight on the flip and fold
this is like
themselves.
3 to 4 pounds.
Yep.
And this is about 1 to 2 pounds. It's really lightweight. This is really nice. We also had a question earlier. I don't know if you saw it, and I apologize. I didn't see who said it. But
Let's go find out here.
And I think it might have been tongue in cheek, but I'm not sure. But they asked if they could cook and stuff on it. So this is the thing about these mats is they are non-toxic. So if you get one of these, let's say you're a cake decorator and you cut your fondant out, you can use this for that. I would not recommend going back and forth between material and food. Don't do that. But if you are a cake decorator,
it's safe.
You can cut. It's safe for that. You can
if you wanted to throw that out, you're good.
You can do your cookie cutters and your fondant designs and everything right on top of that. It's non-toxic.
Let me bring up this. This is another just a simple thank you very much, Nancy. We love this comment. It will make it possible to cut in my limited space with in my sewing area. So again, a lot of you probably fit into this particular category.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, some of the ones when we first launched the bigger flip and fold, they didn't have limited space. They were really looking for the convenience of being able to store and access the larger cutting areas when they needed.
Right.
And that's what I heard quite a bit when they first started. And then again, traveling, or if you're going between major places, that works well if you're going to want to open that. And then I go back to large bolts and some of those other cuts that you usually feel like you need more room. You mentioned fashion amongst many other things.
Yeah.
Smaller one, perfect. It is the one that I would love to say that you feel like you're going to put it in your pocket, in your purse.
I know, in your
bag,
and
something.
It fits in my tote, my carry-on when I travel. It'll fit in there if I don't have the actual tote with me. But of course, get the tote, because how cute is that? But I can put it in just my tote bag that I travel with. That's my carry-on bag. So they're so great to travel with. And again, they come with these little elastics, so you can tighten them up and make sure that they're all nice and tight when you're traveling or storing them. Yep.
And today, remember, go ahead, take advantage of the code FLIP, FLIP 25, FLIP 25. to take 25% off. This is the value on either one of these particular cutting mats themselves.
Yes.
So that is the current special that we are running on the flip and folds.
Yes.
What I would love to do is, we talked about this earlier, we're going to do a giveaway. And what we would love to do is do a giveaway. And if any of you have additional questions, we'll stay here as long as we need you to help answer those questions for you as we're doing part of this. But at the beginning, I talked about, if anybody wanted to stump me, does anybody have a question you want to throw out to me to stump? We're going to throw one out in order to have you participate as well.
Try to stump Nathan. Shelly has a question, and that code does not work on the bundles. That code is just for the flip and fold. So the flip 25 just works on the flip and fold.
Product specific. Yeah. Product specific.
Yes. So yes, please ask a question that might stump Nathan, because we really love that to happen. Yeah,
and then I love this. Joyce thinks I always take projects along when I stay with my elderly parents. Obviously, it looks like she's ruined several cutting mats when trying to transport them. I saw earlier again today, somebody's talking about, one person mentioned they had bought one during a lunch break because they had bought a regular mat, left it in their car because they were going to take it home. And from the time they bought it at lunch to getting it home, it was damaged.
Yeah.
So again, we talked about how these particular mats, if you didn't know that, help resist the heat and they stay flat. We had a couple of the competitor mats that didn't turn out so good.
Yeah, they don't turn out so good.
So these were the competitor mats. This is the mat that we left in the same spot.
Yeah.
So that was one of the other things too I wanted to share, because that kind of was one of those additional comments.
Yes, Nikki, there's a question. If you purchase both, does the discount apply to the total? Yes, it should. If it doesn't, email me at melodee@caterpillar.com and I will make sure that it does, because it is supposed to. So it is supposed to. Does it harm the light if it's left plugged in all the time while using on the sewing machine? Or I think E. Tucker had a question. I think that you might be asking about our Flex sewing machine light, which I don't have in here right now. The light that sticks to the sewing machine. If you are asking about that, you can use it plugged in as well. It has a battery in it, so it doesn't have to be plugged in, but you can use it plugged in also.
I'm going to say, Teresa, love your comment. This just kind of made me laugh. Thank you for saying this. When you showed me the mini with the mini light board all packed in a bag, take my money again. We do have, this is the ideal travel companion right here. Let me maybe go to their top. Well, let me just get rid of our sign there so that we can see that. But that is really one of those perfect parts. Yeah, it's like that's what the set was.
So cute.
All right. Any questions coming through from me? And then let's go ahead. Do we know how we were going to pull the winner? Were we just going to email? And
I don't know. I don't.
So here's what we're doing right now. For those that are live.
Bethany, if you're on here, we'll do this in a second. But Bethany, if you're on here still, it looks like you still are. We don't have the winner of the registered people. We don't have that.
I might be able to go find that. So give me a second. Let me step behind the scene here.
Yeah. So Lynn's question, I'll answer Lynn's question. Because I think you're right, Lynn. I think you already have the big one, and thank you for that. And I think you need the little one also. So I'm sure you've had cutting mats in the past where like they get bent or whatever, and you heat them up with like your hair dryer or your heat gun or something like that, and put books on it to flatten it out. You can do that same thing on these as well. So that is not an issue. You can do that if you need to also. So Sherry, the mini clamps, she just asked if they are back in stock. The answer to that is yes and no. We moved warehouses and they house all of our big products and ship those. So we do still have some mini clamps here in our offices that we could get to you if you would like. So you can shoot me an email about that as well. I'll put my email address back up here. Give me one sec. So there it is. If you shoot me an email, I can help you get to buy some mini clamps if you're looking for that. Or anything like that. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to email me anytime, because I love that. I have nothing else to do. No, just kidding. I do a lot of things, but I will be happy to do that. And then Jean has a question. How long can you keep your mat on the light board? You can keep it on forever. That's not mine. I don't know whose that is. It might be Brett's.
All right, we're good. Go ahead.
Not sure. You can keep them on all the time. It doesn't hurt the light board or the mat at all to put that on there. That is totally fine. You can do that. So yeah, I'm just saying, I am not seeing let's stump Nathan questions. So if you guys have any questions that might stump Nathan, I still would really, really love to see that, because I've known Nathan how long now? 4 months, 5 months? I have not been able to stump Nathan at all. And I would really love to be
Oh,
able
ho,
to do that
ho.
at
That's
some
a large one. Let me see here. We're trying to get into something else here really quick as we're looking at this, but
point. Okay.
what's
So
this?
Marie, your question, can you iron on the light board? Marie, I will tell you there is a workaround to make it so you can. Do not iron on the light board by itself. Do not do that. But you can, let me grab it. You can get our tempered glass mat and you can iron on top of the tempered glass. So that way you can iron your pieces on top of your light board, but you have to have the tempered glass in order to do that. And yes, I saw the other question asking about using magnets on the flip and fold like you can with our light board. Yes, you can. So on the website, we have these self-adhesive magnetic plates, and we have these magnets, which you can use with our light boards. If you're using that with the flip and fold, I don't suggest taking the sticky backed adhesive part off. Don't make it sticky because you can just set it wherever you need to hold your stuff down, and you can use our magnets right on there, just like that. And Miss Lizzie has a question. Is there a tempered glass for the mini? I'm going to say not yet. Not yet. We don't have one for the mini just yet, but it works on the basic, on the premium, or on the biggest ultra, but not yet on the mini. It's a little bit too big. It hangs over the edge and it sets. Then it'll set directly on top of that, and that is not a good thing. You cannot do that. I'm just seeing if anyone is sending me.
Let's go ahead and give away the other small one
Okay.
by asking a question.
Oh wait, I got it.
Did you get it from Bethany or?
Mushka sent it to us, so
Okay.
it's in the chat. So okay.
Awesome.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away our large flip and fold in just a minute for our
Got it.
pre-registered
Awesome.
for us. We've got that now. But because you guys have been so much fun and we love all of the questions and you guys have been so great, we are breaking the rules. And
Throwing in something else.
Another thing right now. We're doing another thing, right?
Yeah, I want to give away this little one right here to somebody who is with us live.
Yeah.
We are going to give away a mini flip and fold live right here. This thing.
She's so cute. I love her.
By the way, first time we opened it, I was like, oh, like that. I was like,
Yeah,
so cute,
so
so cute. Look at that.
Look at that.
So nice.
Cute.
All right. So we're going to do this one live and then we'll announce the winner. And if you are with us right now on this live giveaway, write down this email. This is the email you're going to need to do in order to redeem your free mini flip and fold with the winner that we're going to be selecting. So what's the question that we want to ask everybody?
It's your turn. Nathan's going to ask you a question and you're going to put the answer in the comments and then we're just going to randomly pick somebody who answered the question. Just one. That's just in case.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah. So Nathan's going to ask you guys a question and you're going to put the answer in the comments and then we're just going to scroll through and randomly choose a winner for that. And he's thinking hard. I think he's trying to Google a question.
No, I'm getting this ready for our other winner here really quick. So our question that I want to ask today, and this is going to be more in just a short one word that you can share with us, is what is the word as far as where you would most likely use your flip and fold? And you can give me a location,
right?
Whether that's the room, no, like even more specific, studio, countertop, kitchen table, traveling, whatever that is. Give me a word that would represent when and how or where you're going to use your flip and fold. One word that describes where this gets used and or how you're using this. That's great.
Sewing room,
a word.
Yep. Yeah.
A word.
So do that. Bethany says the floor. I use mine on the floor all the time. My big one I use on the floor all the time. I'm telling you, I didn't think I would. And when I figured out that I could do that, it made me so happy that I can do that now. So let us know, where do you think you will use your flip and fold, or where do you use it if you have it? Let us know, because that is the question. We're going to pick a winner. I might sneeze in a second. Excuse me. We are going to pick a winner that's going to get our little mini flip and fold. This one starts at about 8.5 by 11 and it opens up to 24 by 36. And I just want to mention one other thing about our flip and fold mats, both of them. We talk about how this one opens up to 24 by 36. We talk about how the bigger one opens up to 36 by 48. When you find mats out there that are those sizes, your measurement grids are actually smaller than that, right? They're always smaller than that. So the mat itself is 24 by 36, but you're only measuring like 22 and a half to 35. Our grids are that size, so the mats are all just a little bit bigger than
By
that.
the way, I'm just smiling because I think we're also getting some fun, cheeky comments too. So I love that.
Works. We love that.
Be creative.
Yes.
love what that is. Where would you? How might you use this?
Heaven.
All right, we're gonna give it just another few seconds here. While we're doing this, let me just bring up really quick. If you're with us, we're going to be drawing for another live giveaway. We're then going to announce the giveaway for the large 48 by 36 flip and fold. Again, if you're with us, put down Melodee@caterpillar.com. If you are a winner of the live, you're going to have to reach back out to her. And with that, the other big thing is just to remember right now, take this coupon. Coupon's available on either one or both of the flip and folds together.
Yes.
You can get a savings of 25% off the price of those currently in cart on caterpillar.com. So we're encouraging you to go there, look at buying this, dive on in, take advantage of the sales that we have right now on these two amazing flip and fold products. If there's a reason you think that now is not the time, I'm going to have Melodee really quickly give me 3 of the key reasons that now is the ideal time for somebody to buy one of these. Why are they should they bring this in January into their home?
This is the thing for January in your home. First of all, a discount, duh. Like it's on sale. Like
number one, it's on sale at an amazing discount.
Amazing discount right now. Number 2, how many of you guys are trying to organize stuff in January, right? That's what we all do. We try to organize stuff in January. Where are you going to put all your cutting mats? That is always a thing. After all of your Christmas projects are out, your holiday projects are out, now you've got to put everything away. You don't have places for all the mats. This will help keep you so organized because it will go on your shelf. You can just slide it in your shelf. You can slide it, and if it's on your table, like that's all the space it takes up, the size of a book. It's so great. So it'll help keep you organized, which is really terrific. And the other thing is, after spending time with family during the holidays, how many of us are trying to like plan our vacations coming up in the spring and the summer? You can travel with these, so that you can take these with you. I like that there's a joke around my house, and it's not a joke because it's actually true. When I plan vacations with my husband, all he wants to do is watch Netflix in another city. Like that's his idea of a vacation. We just had an anniversary trip and he wanted to just watch TV in another city. I'm like, we got to do stuff. We got to do stuff. But now, I mean, we've been married 30 years now. I've given up on trying to get him to do stuff. We've made a compromise. He'll do one thing a day, but then the rest of the time he just wants to chill. So I bring this with me. You can travel with it and I can work on my projects while he's watching Netflix. So those are the awesome reasons.
Okay. So we're ready.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and select the winner of the live, and the mini is what we're going to give away. And the mini is going to, and again, everybody was doing where and how. And so just, so you know, we'll quickly bring up the winner, and the winner is Sherry Turner in the hotel. Great thing. Again, this was random. We have a lot of people. So somewhere along this line, and just so you know, there were all sorts of people all over the board saying all sorts of things. Sherry, quick reminder is you need to reach out to Melodee. Let me throw up her email address, MELODEE at caterpillar.com. That's CUTTERPILLAR.com in order to claim your prize. But with that,
a mini.
With that, there are things all over the place. You know, it was the basement, it was at retreats, it was everywhere. It's when I'm doing sewing, the hotel, on a table, on a floor. We had one sit in heaven, dining room table, the sewing club.
Yes.
I'll use it on a portable table,
yes.
Kitchen table. Again, retreats is a big one for, especially for that mini one. Classes, studios, kitchens. So many different of you were sharing and commenting. So thank you very much for all of your comments on this one as well. We're now ready to give away the large one. So thanks for sticking with us to the end. And we do have a winner of the large flip and fold.
Yes. So this is the thing I want to remind you before we tell you who the winner of that is. The winner of the big flip and fold, our biggest one here, pre-registered for the giveaway. So go to our website at caterpillar.com and sign up for our newsletter, sign up for our email list, and you will be notified when we're doing these lives and if we're having a pre-registration giveaway. So make sure you go sign up for those.
With that, if you're on our newsletter, you will have received some emails this week. There are 3 major things that we're doing. One of them that you have seen emails this week was from our affiliate program. We're inviting and opening that up for people that want to share the good word, share these products with others. And by the way, an affiliate means you get paid a percentage of commission on the sales that people have. So we've opened that up. Next week, you're going to see another email for joining our Insiders Club, our insight. Like you're going to get insight into the things that we're doing behind the scenes. This is a person that wants to commit and spend and be part of a community that has to do with the kind of the future where the company's going. That is products, it's being able to test, it's understanding, weighing in your voice, your opinion on what you think those things should be, how we do things even better than what we're doing them now, improvements on products. We're getting into digital communities, digital processes, and things that make these more inspirational for you as well. Look at that also. And then we have a creative club that we've invited people to, and that really is from our social perspective. And the name of that on Facebook is?
It's a group on Facebook. It's the Caterpillar Creation Club.
So if you want to go share what you are doing and creating with your Caterpillar projects, we've already had 200 people sign up in the last, I think, a week and a half or so.
Yeah.
And that group is continuing to grow. That one is where we're actually diving in to learn what you're actually doing and using these for, and how, what kind of projects, what's the inspiration behind those. That group has already been very, very great coming together. They've had a lot of amazing conversation. And we're again going to be able to pull from part of that group as we move forward digitally with a lot of other projects that we have on our docket. So I wanted to throw that out there. And if not, still make sure to subscribe to our channels. That's subscribing and linking into our Facebook and our YouTube and our Instagram channels, because that's where we are going live. We're sharing insights and we're trying to spread this word. Our goal is to help, the entire community of those who quilt, sew, and craft find better and more productive ways to do what they love. And so their experiences are increased. And our goal is to build and continue to do so with you. So, all right, with all that being said, winner is Alice Johnson. Now, Alice, if you're with us, we will be reaching out to you because we already have your registration information.
We have your information already.
We are done officially, but if you have other questions for us, because there was the one from Nathan, I don't know if we saw if anything came up, but we will stick around as long as you want us to help answer any questions that you might have regarding the flip and fold or other projects as well.
If we missed any questions, please, if we missed your question, please post it again. I apologize if we missed it. We've had a lot that we've been scrolling through today, but any questions, congratulations to all of our winners today.
A lot of people are saying congrats to Alice. Thank you so much. A lot of people saying congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
And we're so grateful you guys all joined us. It's been so much fun.
This is Bethany, who manages our affiliate. She's like, come work with me at the affiliate program. If you want to do affiliates, we've sent some emails out this week. If not, feel free to reach back out to us at support@caterpillar.com as well. Bethany's in charge of that. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah. And if Bethany's sneak peeking with you guys right now, if you're a paper crafter or if you're not, and you just need a little break during the day, which I love, we're talking about paper crafting and paper crafting products every day next week. So join us for that also.
It's going to be a good long string of some great inspiration and some tips and tricks regarding paper crafting.
Yes.
All right. I'm not seeing if I have anything else. I really don't see anything else coming up. I love this. This is a fun one. Thank you, Nikki. And I'm thinking this comes from a great spot. Just you're an enabler. So that's what we want to do. Not even just buying. We hopefully inspire you to do more of what you want. And often we find that there's restrictions or reasons that we can't do things in the places at the times of the day that we ideally want to do them in the spaces that we currently already have. So thank you for your comment on that as well.
Yes. And then Debbie Anderson's the name of the Facebook group. Bethany, tell me. Yeah.
Caterpillar Creations Hub. So this is the Facebook group.
Yeah. You'll be able to find it.
That,
you have
join
to
that.
Join it to see all this stuff in, but it's the group's public enough. You can find it. You can just search it on Facebook. Caterpillar Creations Hub.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to this is a great one. Shelly Kaiser. Love your question. Now, if you have a thought like this and you want to weigh in on these things, this is where our insiders, our insiders club would be a great one. She says, do you have anything planned for light boards with black light options? All I know is we have a lot of thoughts on a lot of things to do with a lot of lights and a lot of color of lights. So anybody who wants to weigh in on those, come join us.
We're not telling anything else.
So,
don't tell anybody,
but great question. I would like to ask you is what would you use it for and how? What would you use it for? You know, it's a popular thing. I know that people, depending on the types of threads, and I also know that even being able to create angling on things potentially also brings shadowing for different reasons. So there's a lot of things to be done with that.
Very cool. Yay. All right.
Right. And by the way, here she comes. Like I said it with all the love of my heart, by the way, Nikki, and that is exactly what we thought. Thank you for being with us today. Specific loves to Nikki.
Yes. We love you, Nikki.
There you go, Nikki. Thank you. Appreciate
that. Bethany for being in it.
Bethany, thanks, Bethany.
We love both of
them. There you go.
We love all that. So thank you guys all so much. Join us next week. We're going to do a bunch of lives every day next week as well. Monday through Friday, talking about
people are joining. Looks like Bethany's letting you in if you're there. Sorry, distraction.
You're so good.
Way to go, Bethany.
Thank you all again so much. Send us any questions to support@caterpillar.com anytime. And
again, join us next week.
Come see us again next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much. Bye, guys.